before, but try to save constantly, okay? You just learn how to save it. And try to make different files, like PCFan1, PCFan2, PCFan3, so you always can get back. Because 3D Max crashing a lot. Especially when you're beginner, you're not sure what you're doing. And your machine is not too fast, your computer is not too fast. This machine is very fast, that's why it is like so. Okay, and modifier list, click on modifier list and find mesh smooth. This guy right here, it's saying mesh smooth. Click on it. You can see we smooth it a little bit, and that's just perfect. That's what we're looking for. We want to make it like this kind of fence. Don't worry about the base of the where we extruded of our cylinder. It can be like this. We're going to fix it later on, and I'm going to show you. We're going to just create another cylinder as we discussed, and we're going to place it on into that fin fence. Okay, let's have a look in our reference image. Yeah, something like that. We have just a little bit different, but that's fine. We're not going to get into the completely details. You can spend some times and get completely details by moving the vertices. We're not going to do so. You're learning basic polygon subdivision methods today, so you can create basic models, and then you can go advanced after that. Okay, so that's fine. I'm satisfied with that. Let's keep it like so. The next thing what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on create and select the cylinder. Click on the cylinder, and over here in the center of our fan, I'm going to create a cylinder like so, about like so. Get out just a little bit out of that cylinder base, and then get height, make it a little bit bigger than our cylinder of the fence, and then using the select move tool and using my front viewport, just kind of position it like about like so. Then zoom in a little bit in our front view, then using the pen view and zoom in again. I'm using my third mouse button. You can use this zoom icon, okay, and using the select and move tool, kinda put it like like so. Okay, so let me demonstrate you something. When you're going to move your fence, this cylinder is not moving. Let's go ahead and click undo. Let's say if I want to move my fence, this cylinder is going to move to the fence. How to do so? I'm just going to show you a little bit tip. We want to attach this big cylinder to the fence. Click my left mouse button, minus symbol is appeared by the mouse icon. I'm going to select all of those from the front viewport, and all of them going to get unselected. You can also double check on your left viewport. They're white now, not red anymore. Okay, so only selected guys edges are top over here on top of my cylinder, and on the bottom, as you can see over here, top and bottom. Okay, in different viewports you can see it, or you can rotate in your perspective view. You can basically rotate using your orbit sub object tool, and you can see that bottom edge selected and top edge cup is selected. The next thing what you want to do, you want to scroll down in your options, and where it does say chamfer, you want to click on settings. What it does, basically it just create another edge that is going to be on that edge. So let's go ahead and put 10, and let's have a look. Let's click cancel for now. Let's use the zoom tool and zoom in our perspective, so you're gonna see what we're doing, and kind of position it with the pen view so you can see the top. It's going to do this chamfer to the top and to the bottom, exactly what we were looking for. Click on the chamfer settings, like see, and you can see it's adding some extra edge. And let's say 2, and click enter. Chamfer amount. You can see it's creating that kind of oval thing that we're looking for. Segments. If you want to say 1, it's going to just 1 edge extra. If you want to say 2 and click enter on the segments, you can see it's created 3 edges. But we want to 1, so it's only 1 edge created, and second one is our that we already was highlighted. Click OK. Now you can see our model of the cylinder kind of changed a geometry and created oval thing. But we're not done yet. What we want to do next, go ahead, get to the top of our option and click on a polygon. Click on that icon, and what we want to do, we want to click this in our perspective view on this polygon here once. Then using the orbit sub-object tool, kind of get to the bottom and select the bottom part as well, holding the control button. So 2 is selected. Double make sure that 2 is selected. Using the orbit sub-object tool, you can rotate your camera view. 2 is selected. Nice. Now what we want to do, we want to switch to the right, to the top viewport. Right click mouse button on it, and using the scale and uniform tool, you want to use the small yellow triangle. Just put mouse over it, and you can scale it, as you can see, like by so. Okay, now what we're going to do, let me teach you how to work with the vertices. You can also scale it, not the polygon, but you can scale those inside vertices. Let's go ahead and click on vertex mode and zoom in our top viewport using the zoom tool. There's a vertices, let me make it bigger. See those vertices, the dots? Okay, so you can select those dots inside of that circle. How to do so? You can use the select object. Always use the select object when you to this one guy right here when you're working with the vertices. And you can click control button and select, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, and select them all. It's going to make sure only inside, like so. Zoom in, zoom out with your third mouse button or with zoom tool. You can see some selected, some not. You can select, make sure those are not selected from over here is not selected. So alt button, if you selected accidentally, hold it and then move mouse, deselect it, and it's going to take some time. How to select them? As a circle, easy. Click on this object tool right here, rectangular selection region. Basically it's select selection region tool. Click on it, hold your mouse button and select the circle. Click on the circle. Now in the center, click on the center of your mouse button and kind of draw the circle and release. And just because it wasn't imperfect where we wanted, it's kind of select those vertices. You can deselect them or you can draw it again. Just click somewhere, it's going to deselect. If you're going to click somewhere in your 2D space, it's deselecting your selections. So be careful with that. But you can always undo if you accidentally did it. But I don't want to undo, so I'm going to deselect and kind of in the center draw the circle, like so. I have some vertices over here selected. Let me zoom and show it to you. I'm going to deselect it, just one, this guy right here. So I'm going to use the alt tool and make sure I'm using the select object tool Then I'm going to hold the Alt button and kind of deselect it. How to get back to the square selection? You're going to go ahead and selection region tool, click on it, holding the mouse, and select the square. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom out. As you can see, my middle circle of dots or vertices are selected. Now I'm going to use the select and uniform scale tool, and it basically works just the same as in polygons or with edges. So you're just learning how to you're learning how to work with vertices, and using the small yellow triangle, put your mouse so it's triangle. You can see modify my object as well, like so. Okay, kind of position it where I want it, then unselect it. Okay, get back to the perspective view, put my viewports kind of like it was before, get back to my perspective view, have a look. Alright, we kind of create that feeling. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to go ahead and click polygon tool, and just because previously our polygons were selected and we just left them to be selected, they're going to be selected. If they're not selected, you can click somewhere and it's going to deselect them. If you will use the select object tool, click somewhere, deselect polygons, deselect the edges, deselect the vertices, and then click on the top polygon. Let me show you again how to select those polygons using the orbit sub-object tool. Rotate our camera view and select the bottom. Okay, get back to the top, and I use the control button to move to select